I wonder how I can make this big ball of iron hit that stupid guy in the face faster than he can even blink. Once upon a time, there were a lot of happy people scattered in groups all around the world, minding their own business, not trying to f each other up. They were hunting for food, cooking, keeping themselves warm, and having the sex. Having children. It was a simple life. Men were going out to hunt animals, women were preparing the food, while kids were strangling chickens or whatever kids did back then. While at the same time following in their parents' footsteps. And this was going on all around the world in every group, tribe or nation. The hardworking people kept moving and finding better lands, or even expanding by having children and creating more places to live. At some point though, the different groups started to meet, and they were really excited to meet each other, so much so that they started to help each other with resources. Some of them offered big rocks and spears by throwing them at them as a sign of respect, while others, having a different tradition, came directly to your face and handed you his axe or spear forcefully. They did not take no for an answer. And because of that excitement, sometimes they missed and accidentally hit your head or heart. The ancient people were so misunderstood. And because of this misunderstanding, they started to not like each other very much and set boundaries, saying this is their territory now and they will again receive big rocks and axes to the head if they do cross into their land. But the good people of every tribe around the world didn't really like being separated that much, so they started to come up with different and new ideas of delivering freedom. They basically started killing each other and finding new ways of killing each other because how dare they claim this piece of land is theirs now. While they started thinking about effective ways in making the enemy one with Mother Earth, they did observe some critical points. For one, sometimes when you try to hurt your enemy might hurt you back, which is a big no-no. So they started looking into ways of hitting you in the face without being in your face. So far they had bows and arrows, spears and slingshots, but what about something which goes even further? How about big slingshots, thought the Greeks. So they invented the catapults. And so from around 400 BCE, the whole catapults thing really started trending on medieval Instagram, so much so that it lasted for over 1,000 years. I wonder where YouTube would be in 100 years. But while this part of the world was busy playing with their catapults, China was like, let's put an iron ball into a metal tube and create an explosion behind it. Cannons! Which was basically the next Facebook of the 12th century. Man, did they score with that one. Not only did people put cannons on basically anything, wheels, carts, ships, but they were also an inspiration for our crowd's favorite, tanks. And who was inspired by this? Well, Leonardo da Vinci, of course. He did not invent the tank per se, but he did have drawings of something similar. Then, in 1915, England was fed up with getting stuck in stinky trenches with poop everywhere, so the actual first tank came out. Little Willy. Oh, it was marvelous! The armor, the wheels, the tracks. The 3 kilometers an hour? Basically, not such an ingenious piece of machinery. It went as fast as a mosquito, and ironically, it got stuck in ditches and trenches! Alright, move along now. But we are a resilient species, and for a long period of time, that's been our one mission, to discover new ways of making us one with Mother Earth. Until at some point we realized that we will probably make each other one with Earth as a whole species if we continue. So we took a step back from the whole nuclear bomb thingy and are actively trying not to hit each other in the head with stuff. Mostly. And if you're not a very bad person getting sanctioned by almost every country in the world, well then maybe write a comment or give a like or even subscribe, you know? Bye!